This plane's going to Miami.
What's up, peeps? It's Hanafuda, and it is the final race, finally, of the 2017 IKEA series, which, yeah, should have been over like 3 months ago, but whatever. Well, life goes on, I think. We got the goat on pole. That's one way to round out the season, I suppose. We got Riley Spurley, Brian Barker, Alexander Cornish, Edward Thompson, Clive Winters, Fir Carlin, Patrick Smith, Constantine von Bardleben, Derek Hamill. We got Tony Brown, R.J. Sherry, Cal Mess, John Speed, Brendan Reed, Steve Morgan, Jackson Carter Jr., Eric Monica, Klein, Ben, Adam McDowell, Evan Rudd. We got I Hidaka, Sakura Honda, Isaac Carter, Julian Dyer, James Saunders, Rupert Weissmuller, Mine for Tommy Chase, Cooper Harris, McGowls, and Bob Smith. Zach Mills, Matthew Flanagan, David Weissmuller, Roy Farinami for Tommy and Alfred Foster Jones, and Chase McDowell, and running out the field, Bob and Flovo and Ryan Herman. 20 laps around Homestead, Miami, an actual oval as opposed to a D-oval or tri-oval or quad-oval or an oval with a dog leg, as we saw on Friday at Phoenix, or even Pocono, which is a triangle, or Darlington, which is an egg. Yeah, so the people who say that NASCAR's driving around in a circle is incorrect. They are incorrect people. But saying they're ovals is also incorrect. Green flag is out here at Homestead. The goat just absolutely blowing the field away, leaving them for chips. Absolute fantastic stuff. That's a really nice shot of the pace car, but the pace car is not what we're supposed to be focusing on right now. Riley Spurley up in second. He moves to the inside line to get in front of Alexander Cornish. And that's the most exciting thing to happen on this lap 1 of 20. Let's take a look at your championship contenders. We've of course got Fir Carlin highest up in the field. She's running in 8th place at present moment. That could be 7th any second now. Could even see her get into the top 5. Down at the back of the field, we have Sakura Honda, who's in 19th, and Steve Morgan, who's in something place. They're up in the late 10s, early 20s, whatever of sorts. So yeah, both Sakura Honda and Fir Carlin in front of Steve Morgan, your points leader, who's been leading the points for quite a while these past few races, and got some 3 wide stuff for Colin, Clive Winters, and Brian Barker. 2 blue cars. We got Riley Spurley challenging Alexander Cornish for 2nd place. Edward Thompson comfortably in 4th spot. He could be challenged though very soon by Fir Carlin, who's got a push from Constantine von Bardleben. Winters has got some help from Barker, of course. More 3 wide stuff here. Jackson Carter Jr., Cal Mess, and Derek Campbell, and then I Hidaka, Brendan Reed, and R.J. Sherry. These guys all, yeah. Edward Thompson slicing and dicing through the field. Here comes Fir Carlin. I think he's going to end up giving up the position. Fir Carlin being very aggressive down his inside. Riley Spurley following in behind Alexander Cornish. This top 3, I think there's not going to be much chance of those positions changing. Fir Carlin for nose in front as they head out of turn 2, down the back straight, past a bunch of trucks that all look the same but are different colors. Very creative, of course. Good attention to detail, quite realistic. Homestead, Miami. Oh, the goat's having some issues here. Not sure what's gone wrong. Something clearly unsettled in the car. Bit of a touch to the right, the outside wall. Spinning across between turns 3 and 4. Getting right back into the action, onto the racing line. This could have been very dangerous, of course. Here comes Alexander Cornish. Goat trying to hang out on the inside to see if those people would pass him, but they haven't. So much for the Goat's commanding lead. His this lap was, 12.3 seconds slower than his fastest one he set so far, which was lap 2. Of course, that would have been faster than lap 1. But I guess the Goat just didn't find the right setup. I don't think that's something he's gonna have to change. Do have to make pit stops today. Probably won't make it to the end on the normal 22 gallons. Goat dipping his tires onto the apron. And back to this action here. Edward Thompson, loads of pace. Fir Carlin is going to file behind him. Constantine von Bartleven dragways Clive Winters. He's going to keep 6th spot, is what it's looking like. See if anything wrong happens to the Goat again. Tony Brown, Patrick Smith fighting for 8th spot. Jackson Carter Jr. rounds out the top 10. Patrick Smith definitely in front of Tony Brown there. I think Tony Brown's going to start shipping positions. He still doesn't have a top 5. This is his last chance to get a top 5, I think. It's this guy that we're talking about. Anything wrong happening with the Goats? Yes, it is. Out of turn 4, the Goat spins it once again. Nudge on the outside wall with his right front, and no caution, but he's going to lose lots of positions there. It's Riley Spurley, Alexander Cornish. Alexander Cornish is going to take the lead away from the Goats, but Riley Spurley is blazing down, trying to move past him on the inside. We've got some 3-wide action. It's Constantine von Bartleven, Edward Thompson, and Fir Carlin. More 3-wide behind him. Patrick Smith, Tony Brown, and Clive Winters. Now it's Jackson Carter Jr. with Brown and Winters, and things are. Oh, here comes the Goat. He's right back at it. Riley Spurley trying to get in front of Alexander Cornish. He's going to have to deal with the Goat. Oh, bit of contact. The Goat's nudging Patrick Smith out of his way. Car's a bit unsettled left, right, and center. Goat trying to move his way past everyone else here. Bit of a nudge on Constantine von Bartleven's rear end. It's 3-wide with him. No, it's not anymore. We've got some 4-wide stuff here. Tony Brown gets turned sideways. Caution finally out, and oh, nothing exciting happened. Okay. Car's trying to slow down to not hit into anyone. Ooh, Ali Fatami and Ryan Herman, no such luck for them. Chase McDowell got a bit of a nudge on their ends as well. That's okay. Have to take a replay of that, surely. Let's do that right now. Things got really heated this lap 6. Yeah, hitting out of the turns. 4-wide. Fir Carlin stuck on the outside line. Clive Winters, Tony Brown, and Chase McDowell. Jackson Carter Jr. very close to each other. Jackson Carter Jr. gives Tony Brown a bit of a nudge. He gets turned in front of Carlin and Winters. That slowed both of them down, surely. You see Steve Morgan's actually in front of Sakura Honda now, under the caution, but yeah, here's the caution though, but could be some damage to Fir Carlin's car that you'll have to repair. What am I smoking? Goat managed to make it to 3rd before the caution there, so that puts him behind Riley Spurley. Riley Spurley to lead a few laps here of this race in Homestead, Miami. That's good for him, fighting for the positions below, of course, the championship spot. Always, there's nothing wrong with that. Looks as if everybody's going to head into the pits. And Riley Spurley's going to lead this race onto pit road and off of it, of course. Goat's definitely going to have a lot of damage to repair, so we might not be seeing him rejoin the track in his usual spot. He might lose a few positions. We'll have to see if Ami Fatami's on to continue this race. There's lots of damage to her car and to Ryan Herman's. Here's entering the pits right now, into their pit stalls. Let's see what goes on. Ami Fatami has retired from the race. Real shame. Ryan Herman also out of it. Riley Spurley, Alexander Cornish exit their pit stalls. They are followed by Constantine von Bartleven, Edward Thompson, Jackson Carter Jr., Fir Carlin, Hidaka, Patrick Smith, Derek Campbell, R.J. Sherry, Julia Dyer, the Goats. Actually, the Goat got out before Julia Dyer, so she's going to have to give that spot up. Kyle Mess, Brian Barker, Clive Winters, John Speed, Steve Morgan, Adam McDowell, Sakura Honda, Rupert Weissmuller, Isaac Carter, Brendan Reed, Tony Brown, Bob Smith, Evan Rudd, Eric Monaco, Chase Cooper, and Klein Bentner, Zach Mills, Roy Fairman, James Saunders, Mai Fatami, Alfred Foster Jones, Harris McDowell, Matthew Flanagan, Chase McDowell, Bob and Flo, but David Weissmuller. So that puts David Weissmuller in last as the vibe I'm getting from that one. Yep, that's looking correct to me. So, I'm going to restart on lap 10. Riley Spurley will be leading the field. Alexander Cornish, Constantine Von Bartleven, Edward Thompson, Jack Sakura Jr. will be your top 5. Fir Carlin, Hidaka, Patrick Smith, Derek Campbell, and RJ Sherry will round out the top 10. We are green once again here in Homestead, Miami. Good start from Riley Spurley, but Alexander Cornish equally as good a start. Here comes the GOAT. There he is. Past Hidaka, past Carlin. Almost. That puts him behind, not Chase McDowell, Jackson Curry Jr. We're going on board with the GOATs. Now he's just blazing past them. It's typical GOAT action here at Homestead, Miami. Side by side with Riley Spurley, not for long. GOAT back into the lead. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Overtakes of the week. Halfway point in this race, the GOAT is in the lead, so I'd say he's doing a pretty good job out there. 3 seconds faster, their fastest laps, than Isaac Carter, actually. That's interesting. Little factoid of sorts and things. Yes. Yes, is that correct? Yes. Absolutely. All those things and more. Okay, that's... You can tell I'm wasting my time. Yay! Wow, it's been 6 months since the series started. That's what I was checking. Probably a bit of a waste of my time. Constantine Von Bartleven for 3rd place, maybe. Maybe Fir Carlin 3 wide of Hidaka and Patrick Smith, outside and inside respectively. She's stuck in the middle. She could lose a few spots here. Patrick Smith, more pace out of the turn. He's got a nose in front. He was down in 9th, and Hidaka was down in 7th. So those positions are going to change. Fir Carlin might actually hold 8th place. Just the cars around here changing. That's all. Nothing more than that. Alfred Foster Jones in last place now. Let's take a look at Steve Morgan and Hidaka. Actually, Sakura Honda in front of Steve Morgan once again. It's only 1 spot, so it might not do her much in the points, but now she's on to get past John Speed through turn 1 here. 8 laps to go. These guys have just got to hang in there. So, Patrick Smith still in front of Fir Carlin. Fir Carlin crossed the line 7th, but Patrick Smith is probably going to take that position away. Hidaka down to 9th, of course. RJ Sherry fighting Derek Campbell for 10th spot. Derek Campbell's on the outside, so he might just very well shift positions left, right, and center. Julia Dyer's on the inside out of turn 4. But Derek Campbell's going to probably hold 11th spots. RJ Sherry crosses the line 10th, but he's moving past Hidaka now. Patrick Smith quite clearly and definitively in front of Fir Carlin in its 7th spot. But yeah, Hidaka and RJ Sherry fighting for 9th place now. RJ Sherry moving up the field. He's been doing fantastic this whole season. Very good stuff. Let's roast everyone here. The GOAT is the GOAT. Riley Spurley, absolutely fantastic stuff. Can't wait to see him in the AAA Cup Series. Alexander Cornish sure improved himself this latter half of the season, so maybe that can translate to some success in the AAA Cup Series. Constantine Von Bartleven, let's hope we see him there as well. Edward Thompson, definitely. He's been doing great all season. Pretty consistent. Jack Sakura Jr., much of the same. Patrick Smith is Patrick Smith, of course. He's very talented in each series he participates in. Fir Carlin, we're definitely going to be wanting to be seeing her in the AAA Cup Series, most definitely. Some of these guys could be F1 drivers as well. RJ Sherry, yep, very good stuff. Hidaka, decent, very good. Derek Campbell, he's Derek Campbell, so, you know, obviously very talented as well. He, you know, the start of the season was pretty mediocre. It was pretty bad, but he definitely improved himself across the season. Callum S, yeah, he was doing great. Julia Dyer, very good as well. And Brian Barker, nice to see him back. Clive Winters, also very good stuff. Sakura Honda, definitely. John Speed, yep, nice to see him back as well. Steve's talent he's shown himself to be talented in, again, all the series he's been in. So yes, of course. Isaac Carter, much of the same. Brendan Reed, maybe, possibly. Adam McDowell, yep. Rupert Weissmuller, very good stuff. Tony Brown, hopefully. Evan Rudd, much of the same. Bob Smith, he's Bob Smith. We all know about Bob Smith. Clyde Bentner, definitely. Those 4 or 5 wins he had are not for nothing, even if he is a Takumi Fujiwara. Call a Takumi Fujiwara guy who wins a lot and loses a championship. Bob and Flovo, he's Bob and Flovo. Matthew Flanagan, decent. Eric Monaco, didn't do all that well this season, but he definitely moved himself out of last place, so that's good. David Weissmuller, we could see him up there. Zach Mills, pretty average. I think he'd do better in the AAA Cup Series. Harrison McIles, much of this. Are we in the caution? What's going on? 3 laps to go. Why are people going really slow all of a sudden? Or maybe I was stuck in time or whatever and lost track of it. Harrison McIles, hopefully. James Saunders, he's James Saunders. Roy Fairman, he did pretty well. Chase McDowell, yep. Chase Cooper, yeah. Maui Fatami, glad to see her out of retirement at least. And then, of course, there's the GOAT. Again, Alfred Foster Jones into the pits. Some damage to his car. Not sure what caused that. Maybe that was the source of the random slowdown he had. He's already about to be lapped. Is he lapped down already? No, he's gonna be lapped down soon enough. Yeah, there he is, lapped down. Oh, I see the issue here. The GOAT's about to lap some traffic with 2 laps to go. I think the GOAT's on to win this race. Very surprising stuff. Ami Fatami and Ryan Herman, of course, they crashed off today, but yeah, still they performed pretty well this season. Everybody did well, to be honest. The whole points thing is somewhat representative, but you had guys who one weekend, they're up in the top 10, held it all day, and then the guys who got the pole, and finished last. Wait, that would probably only include the GOAT. Oh well, that's not important. Guys who qualified second, and then got crashed off. That was probably the GOAT. The GOAT is a character, isn't he? He really is. And now he's being slowed down by Alfred Foster Jones and Zach Mills. That's very annoying, isn't it? A bit of a nudge for Zach Mills. He wants him to get out of his way. He's about to nudge Alfred Foster Jones. Yeah, I think he gave him a nudge there. Here comes the GOAT to take the final checkered flag of the 2017 IKEA Series. He wins it at Homestead, Miami. Bunch of lapped cars following him to the line. Riley Spurley and the rest of the field still heading down the back straight. Not sure why they've been going so slow all of a sudden. They did head into the pits. Artificial stupidity. Fir Carlin still has, what, 7th, 8th, 7th, I think. Steve Morgan just 2 spots behind Sakura Honda. Here comes Riley Spurley to take 2nd place. Alexander Cornish 3rd. Constantine von Bartleven 4th. Jackson Carter Jr. barely beating Edward Thompson for 5th. Yes, Fir Carlin 7th. Patrick Smith 8th. RJ Sherry 9th. Ahidaka 10th. We have no idea of the championship results as a result of that. The GOAT was fastest in practice, qualifying and happy hour as usual, and he brought home the win. Some more silverware. Riley Spurley 2nd, Alexander Cornish 3rd, Constantine von Bartleven 4th, Jackson Carter Jr. 5th, Edward Thompson 6th. Wait a second. There we go. Fir Carlin 7th, Patrick Smith 8th, RJ Sherry 9th, Ahidaka 10th. Derek Hamill 11th, Cal Mess 12th, Brian Barker 13th, Julie Dyer 14th, Sakura Honda 15th, Clive Winter 16th, Steve Morgan 17th, Bobby Phillips 18th, Isaac Carter 19th, Matthew Flanagan 20th, Brendan Reed, Adam McDowell, Rupert Weissmuller, David Weissmuller, Edward Thompson, Tony Brown, Bob Smith, Eric Monaco. Last of the lead lap finishers, Zach Mills, Harrison McDowell, James Saunders, Roy Fairman, Chase McDowell, Chase Cooper, Monty Fatami, Clyde Bentner, and John Speed 1 lap down today. Alfred Foster Jones came home 2 laps down. Ami Fatami and Ryan Herman. They crashed into someone's rear end. The first caution came out. And very sad time for them. And now Ahidaka is the only car left on the track. At least the pace car will be lonely once we cut away. So, prepare yourself to find out who is the champion. It's Steve Morgan. Nope. Neither Fir Carlin nor Sakura Honda could do it. And yay, look, it's Texas in the background. I'm not sure why Texas is in the background. Maybe that was the last race once upon a time. But Steve Morgan is your 2017 IKEA Series champion. I don't even know where he finished today. Somewhere in the 20s. But Fir Carlin was 30 points away. Just 30 points. Sakura Honda, 93 points behind Steve Morgan. Wow. Fantastic stuff. That was exciting. I thought it might be Fir Carlin because Steve Morgan was behind both of them in the race, but no, he still finished well enough. Yeah, time to start another Bandicam recording. Go over all the stuff from the season. Steve Morgan, first place. He's the champion. Well-deserved stuff. Yay! Fir Carlin second, very good. Sakura Honda third. Klein Bentner fourth. Riley Spurley fifth. Derek Campbell sixth. Clive Winter seventh. Julia Dyer eighth. Brian Barker ninth. Edward Thompson 10th. Hidaka 11th. John Speed 12th. Brendan Reed 13th. RJ Sherry 14th. Bob Smith 15th. Is that right? Bob and Floba 16th. Isaac Carter 17th. Harrison McDowell's 18th. Jackson Carter Jr. 19th. And look at that. Eric Monaco from 40th to 20th. That deserves its own piece of applause. Probably the highest mover up all season long. Patrick Smith 21st, Adam McDowell 22nd, Monty Tommy 23rd, Matthew Flanagan 24th, Chase McDowell 25th, the GOAT. 5 wins. Is that more than Klein Bentner? No, they both have 5. Okay, I'll take it. Take that over a bag of chips. Rupert Weissmuller 27th, David Weissmuller 28th, Cal Mess 29th, Alexander Cornish 30th. Alfred Foster Jones 31st, Constantine von Bartleman 32nd, Roy Fairman 33rd, Ali Fatani 34th, Zach Mills 35th, Ryan Herman 36th, Evan Rudd 37th, Tony Brown 38th, Chase Cooper 39th, last place this season by 1 point. James Saunders, who had a win. He had a win. You know, it's strange. Okay, most polls, the GOAT with 27, obviously. Steve Morgan had 2. Well, maybe that was a sign. Fir Carlin, Sakura Honda, John Speed, and RJ Sherry each had 1. Klein Bentner and the GOATs both had 5 wins. Fir Carlin and Sakura Honda both had 3. Steve Morgan only had 2, but again, he's an Isaiah Monaco. Isaiah Monaco, I think he only had 1 win. Yet all those top 10s and 15s he had propelled him to the championship, victory. And as you can see, yeah, he beat out Fir Carlin and Sakura Honda on both of those numbers. Derek Hamill had 2 wins as well. Clive Winters and Nahi Hidaka also 2-time winners. Julia Dyer, RJ Sherry, Jackson Carter Jr., Chase McDowell, both Vice Mullers, Alexander Cornish, and James Saunders each had 1 win. Steve Morgan, most top 5s with 13. Sakura Honda 11. Fir Carlin, Riley Spurley, Derek Hamill all had 10. Then Clive Winters with 8. Klein Bentner and the GOAT with 7. No top 5s for Tony Brown, unfortunately, but he really did try right there at the end. 4 top 10s. Absolute proof that he tried. Steve Morgan, 19 top 10s in 33 races. Very good stuff. Fir Carlin had 18, Sakura Honda 17, Riley Spurley 16, Klein Bentner and Derek Hamill both 13, Julia Dyer and Nahi Hidaka both 12, Clive Winters 11, Brian Barker, Edward Thompson, John Speed, and Bob Smith 10. But, oh, actually we could count down. Least DNFs, Chase McDowell with 1. He only DNF'd 1 race. That is an achievement. Very good stuff. Isaac Carter and Derek Campbell all had 6. Both had 6. Look at all the ones who had 5. James Saunders, Tony Brown, Ryan Herman, Zach Mills, Constantine von Bartleman, and Alexander Cornish, Device Mills, and Steve Morgan. So actually, that's interesting. The GOAT only had 4. Ali Fatami, Roy Fairman, Matthew Flanagan, Maya Fatami, Jackson Carter Jr., Brendan Reed, Hidaka, Edward Thompson, Brian Barker, and Julia Dyer also had that same number. Chase McDowell, with his 1 DNF, completed the most laps, 587. Sakura Honda only completed 1 fewer lap, with 1 more DNF. Klein Bentner, much the same. That's what it's looking like. Fir Carlin had 585. Most laps led. The GOAT had 283. Klein Bentner 67. Fir Carlin 44. Steve Morgan 37. Sakura Honda 30. Derek Campbell 27. Jackson Carter Jr. 19. Harris McGow's 14, Mafia Tommy 13, Clive Winters 11, Julia Dyer 10, Edward Thompson 9, RJ Sherry 8, Raleigh Spurley 9, Hidaka 7, Alexander Cornish 3, John Speed, Ryan Herman, Jamestown is 2, and Chase McDowell, Device Millers, and Chase Cooper 1 apiece. I think that's pretty much it. Well, that was fun. Gotta go to mass soon. It's been Hannah Food. It's been a time and a half, an honor, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you're excited for what's coming. Because I'm going to be a lazy bum and probably won't put it out for a while. Because I'm a lazy bum, obviously.